I walk with Off Glen along the summer street. It's warm, humid. This would have been sundress and sandals weather once. In our baskets are strawberries, which are in season now, so we'll eat them and eat them until we're sick of them. We got fish at Loaves and Fishes, with its wooden sign, a fish with a smile and eyelashes. Loaves and Fishes is hardly ever open. Why bother opening when there's nothing to sell? The sea fisheries were defunct several years ago. The few fish they have now are from fish farms, and they taste muddy. The news says the coastal areas are being rusted. I remember lobsters, stuffed and baked, salmon, pink and fat. Could they all be extinct, like the whales? I've heard that rumor, passed on to me in whispers. The lips, hardly moving, as we stood outside, waiting for the store to open, lured by the picture of succulent white fillets in the window. They put the picture in the window when they have something. Sign language. Offglen and I walk slowly today. We are hot in our long dresses, tired. There used to be an ice cream store somewhere on this block. I can't remember the name. Things can change so quickly. Buildings can be torn down or turned into something else. We would go there, and I'd hold her up so she could see through this glass side of the counter, where the vats of ice cream were on display. And I'd read the names to her so she could choose. She wouldn't choose by name, though, but by color. Her dresses and overalls were those colors, too. Ice cream pastels. Jimmy's, that was the name. Auckland and I are more comfortable with one another now. When we greet each other, we smile and move off. Now and again we vary the route. There's nothing against it. A rat in a maze is free to go anywhere, as long as it stays inside the maze. We've been to the stores already, and the church. Now we're at the wall. Nothing on it today. They don't leave the bodies hanging as long in summer because of the flies and the smell. This was once the land of air sprays, pine and floral, and people retain the taste, especially the commanders, who preach purity in all things.
You have everything on your list?
She knows I do. Our lists are never long. She's given up some of her passivity lately. Often she speaks to me first. Yes.
Let's go around.
Fine. I don't turn at once, though, taking a last look at the wall. There are the red bricks. There are the searchlights. There's the barbed wire. There are the hooks. When there's someone hanging on it, at least you know the worst. But vacant, it is also potential, like a storm approaching. When I can see the bodies, when I can guess from the sizes and shapes that none of them is Luke, I can believe also that he is still alive. I don't know why I expect him to appear on this wall. There are hundreds of other places they could have killed him, but I can't shake the idea that he's in there, behind the bricks. Try to imagine which building he's in. We still go in there once in a while for women's salvagings. Most of the buildings are red brick. We aren't allowed inside the buildings anymore. But who would want to go in? Those buildings belong to the eyes. Maybe he's in the library, somewhere in the vaults. The library is like a temple. There's a long flight of white steps, leading to another white staircase going up. To either side of it, on the wall, there are angels, also men fighting, or about to fight, not dirty and blood-stained and smelly the way they must have looked. Victory is on one side of the inner doorway, and death is on the other. We turn our backs to the wall, head left. Here there are several empty storefronts. Most of the stores carrying things for men are still open. It's just the ones dealing in what they call vanities that have been shut out. At the corner is the store Soul Scrolls. It's a franchise. It must make a lot of profit. The window of Soul Scrolls is shatterproof. Behind it are printout machines, known as Holy Rollers, but only among us, it's a disrespectful name. What the machines print is prayers going out endlessly. They're ordered by CompuPhone. Ordering prayers from Soul Scrolls is supposed to be a sign of piety and faithfulness to the regime. So of course the commanders' wives do it a lot. It helps their husbands' careers. There are 5 different prayers. For health, wealth, a death, a birth, or a sin. You pick the one you want and the number of times you want the prayer repeated. The machines talk as they print out the prayers. You can go inside and listen to them, the toneless metallic voices repeating the same thing over and over. Once the prayers have been printed out and said, the paper rolls back through another slot and is recycled into fresh paper again. There are no people inside the building. The machines run by themselves. You can't hear the voices from outside. Only a murmur. Now I see Offglen reflected in the glass of the window. We can see into each other's eyes. This is the first time I've ever seen Offglen's eyes directly. Her face is oval, pink, plump, but not fat. Her eyes roundish, She holds my stare in the glass. Now it's hard to look away. It's like seeing somebody naked for the first time. There's risk, where there was none before, though
Neither do
there's nobody near.
Do you think God listens to these machines?
In the past, this would have been a trivial enough remark. Now it's treason. I could scream, I could turn from her slightly to show her I won't tolerate this kind of talk in my presence. Subversion, sedition, blasphemy, heresy, all rolled into one. I steel myself. No.
Neither do I.
Though I suppose it's a faith of some kind. Like Tibetan player wheels.
What are those?
I only read about them. They are moved around by the wind. But they're all gone now.
Like everything.
Is it safe here?
I figure it's the safest place. It looks like we're praying some.
Well, what about them?
Then, you're always safest out of doors. I'm like, why would they put one here? Nobody would dare. But we've stayed long enough. There's no sense in being laid back. Just keep your head down and lean a little towards me. That way I can hear you better. Don't talk when there's anyone here. I thought you were a true believer.
I thought you were.
You're always so stinking pious.
Okay, well, so are you.
You can join us.
Us? There is an us. Then I knew it.
Don't say a word in any way.
Of course I won't. I look up quickly. It's a black van with the white winged eye on the side. I freeze. There must have been microphones. They've heard us all.
Keep moving. Pretend not to see.
But I can't help seeing. Right in front of us, the van pulls up. Two eyes in gray suits leap from the opening double doors at the back. They grab an ordinary-looking man. They pick him up and heave him into the back of the van. What I feel is relief. It wasn't me.